All right, here we are for our first semifinal here of the World Championships. And Charlie's, these are what these guys try to get. They try to get to the semifinals, and now they have to come forward here and lay it down.
The talk all through the week has been get to the semis and get the work done at that stage, and that's what they're about to start here.
So some of these guys are going to make it, some are not. Top 5 going to transfer, the next 2 on time. So here we'll see how it's going to lay down here as we get ready for our first semifinal.
B-side about to get underway.
As we get ready to go to flagman up, and the tone is gone, and we are down and away here for our first semifinal. Into the Talladega turn comes the entire field. Oh, man, somebody rolls it over and drops way back.
The guy's charging hard right now. They want to be in the top half of the field and nothing lower than that. They want to secure their way in and not have to worry about the time. So you see everybody bumping and banging and kind of brushing elbows here as we get going. Looks to be early leader.
Looks like it's going to be Hara right there.
Yeah.
You know, these guys didn't get any track time yesterday.
No.
They got their semi-practice. So for many of these guys, it's trying new things, talking to their teammates, a lot of teamwork going on to prepare for this. Guys that were in the quarterfinal or the 8th finals, and now trying to take that information, plus what they learned in the semi-warm-ups here to their semi.
And plus, you know, the track's changed quite a bit since the last time a lot of these guys have been on the track. So a little tune-up happening, and then the work on the track was put to a halt and feeling their way around right now.
And this is the hottest day we've had here in Thailand so far through the week. Just the hottest temperatures and most humidity that we've seen all week.
Sun came out bright and early this morning and has been beating on the track all afternoon.
We got Cody King and Hara going at it here early in the first couple of laps of this one. And as they come way punched through to the triples into the tabletop, it's Cody King leading the way.
And they step up, step off here. You see through the carousel, timing and scoring's right there. King leading his way down through the straightaway, coming up the hill through Ungentle Bend into the short chute, the Talladega turn, coming back down the hill around our off-camber uphill section. This is the concrete cross right here. You see him nice and easy rolling through. It's all concrete through there. Another downhill off-camber into our Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That section has been difficult all weekend. Up over the Twin Peaks. Here he comes through the double single, which is, some would call it a triple. The Pitcher's Mound section into the half and halves right here. Making that left-hander off-camber, of course, up and around the outside of the burial mound. Nice and easy over the single. Doing the 5 jump as a triple-double. Stepping up, stepping off. And that is a lap with Cody King, ladies and gentlemen.
Cody King leading the way here. Hara right behind him. These guys fully punched. Full throttle, maybe 5-6 seconds as they go all the way into the corner.
Days of trigger time.
That's a fact. That is a fact. So Cody King leading it. Very tough section here. As you said, Charlie, it's all concrete. And we watched concrete grow on this racetrack. Oh, man.
Well, that's Maifield with them there.
Sends it over the top and crashes hard. As I was saying, concrete grew on this racetrack as the week progressed. As the track kind of blew out in some sections. They didn't worry about patching it with new dirt. Oh, no, they got the mixer out and laid down some crete.
The mixer being 2 dudes with a shovel.
Exactly. And a pail and a little bit of water. But it got it done and made for a better racing surface than having it all blown out like we've seen at so many races.
King looking in top form right now. He's getting it done right now. Very few bobbles, very few mistakes. Seems to be very focused. Looks relaxed as he works his way around the track right now. This section, a little bit of concrete, a little bit of dirt, a lot of diesel fuel. Bam, into that fence. Up over the Twin Peaks, coming back down the hill. Doing the double single. They got that all smoothed out through some of the qualifying. There was a big rut that had developed at the base of that single that was flipping the cars all kinds of sideways. They got that sorted out overnight.
There's a good picture of the burial ground there. And talking to some racers, when they were here in the pre-warm-up or like that practice session here in October, that section was not there, that burial ground. So there was 2 distinct lines you could go to set up for that big triple. But things changed a little bit when everybody came back.
The triple, one of those treacherous sections of the track. Not that there's anything easy on this track at all, but I mean, one of them grip it and rip it, make or break you sections for sure. You get a little crossed up into the triple, and it's all over through that section. Cody
King in control right now as we move through the field here, checking out through the...
It's a McBride there that we're with.
Yep, Tom McBride, the young phenom, we'll call him, from Australia.
Australians phenom.
Yes, exactly. Him and his dad were here, and Dad's his mechanic, and they're having going at this World Championship with a real positive attitude. You know, they didn't sit there. You know, everybody aspires to make the semis and for the finals, but they're just trying real hard, and we'll see what luck's on their side and how things go for McBride, if he's going to be able to make it into the finals. He's had quite a week so far.
I was talking to some of the other Australians about him, and his comment was they've been keeping him under wraps. They didn't want any of the attention, I guess, to kind of get into his head and him feel the pressures of what was going on. So we didn't see much of him until kind of qualification started, and then the buzz was, who's this Kyle McBride kid?
Exactly. So
real good to see a new face. He hasn't been to a whole lot of real big internationally well-known races, but getting the job done this week here in Thailand for sure.
Definitely. Renaud Savoia moved down to Australia a couple years ago, and to go and race down there and things like that. And it really helped Kyle step up his game as he was racing against somebody of Renault's caliber. As,
back with King here.
Cody King keeping it smooth and steady. And as he's been doing it through most of the week here, he's had some good qualifying runs, a bit of bad luck, but on this layout and this track, everybody was expected to have some bad luck. The key to this week is how people can overcome that, both mechanically and emotionally in their head. And, you know, keeping a good focus, things are going to happen during the race, but the guys that keep their head clean and smooth, as right over the top goes Hara. Oh, and Hara puts it in the fence.
Bingo, bango, boingo. Crash after crash is usually how it goes. I think you get a little tense. You see somebody bobble, and as we see King into the pits now.
Cody King into the pits. There you go. Adrian and Paul right there. Good stop. You know, I kind of looked at them, you know, pitting it pit out, you know, each time. I think is actually better than being in the middle, or because they have no traffic jam coming out of the pit lane. Boom, they're right there on the ramp. So
all you have to do is worry about getting in.
Exactly.
One less thing to deal with. So you take as many variables out of it and keep your mind at ease, so to speak.
Exactly. So Cody King having a good first pit stop. So we'll see how things progress here through the first round of pit stops.
And this looks to be Truhe that we're with right now.
Yeah, Mike Truhe coming down, driving the Team Losi. As Losi put a lot of time in coming preparing for this World Championships. They were so
hitting
very
in the trenches all week, down in the common man's pits. No air conditioning for these guys.
Nope, they were down in hanging out with everybody. And a big team. They put a lot of time in preparation. They were so close 2 years ago when Mike Truhe.
He was TQ.
He was. Laid it down properly and just wasn't able to make it through and do it in the mains there in Charlotte. But looking pretty good here so far in this one. And we'll see if his semi is going to shine brightly on him. And if he's going to be able to. Oh, just as I say that.
Done.
Oh, man. Out goes Truhe as the marshals are right there. And you can see they are thrashing to get Truhe. All right, there's Masayuki Miura with Hara. Hara down and away. Masayuki, one of the best pitman around. Smooth and steady. There's Cavalieri in and out. BT's got Maifield down and away. Maifield punched everywhere, even out of the pit lane.
Pushing a little too hard on the way out. You see Maifield working his way back down the hill now, just through that Talladega turn. Coming back up the hill into the concrete cross. Keeping all four tires on the ground. Tons of traction coming down the hill. Here's the off camber. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Back up the hill. Over the Twin Peaks. Over that little single that's on the bottom. Double single. You see him getting hung up a little over jump. Kind of bottoming out through that single into the pitcher's mound section. The half and halves. Around the 180. Up and around the high side of the pitcher's mound. See him just brushing that fence there. Going triple double, as most guys will be doing through this section. Stepping up, then stepping off the carousel. And across timing and scoring. And just down the pit lane one more time.
Maifield, another favorite, I would have to say, Charlie, going into the World Championships, you know.
Mayfield's been, he's won every race out there except the World Championships, I think, when it comes to A-scale buggy.
Yeah, he has, and he's been working very, very hard on it. Associated's got their RC8 really primed and ready to go. They've done a lot of work, a lot of preparation for the World Championship, and they're looking for their first 8-scale world title. 2008,
he was another one of the American favorites, but had a glow plug go bad on him, I think, in the closing minutes of the race.
Yeah, exactly.
They flamed out in the pits, and it wouldn't refire.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for him. But Here's your favorite name to call.
Cody King leading the way right now. Coming down the hill, backing around that 180. Doing the double, no problem at all now. He seems to have that kind of squared up and not a problem. He's done that section every lap, I believe. And
Hara right behind him. Hara a bit sideways here, not only there, but for most of this semi so far. Hara, arguably the favorite going in because
this is home track.
This is his home track, exactly. So nobody has more laps here than Hara, and he's tested everything probably 5 times, and he's put a lot of time in. So it's you
should have seen the box of tires he had in his pit booth.
Box of tires
at the start of this week, yeah. Huge. I could have shipped myself here 3 times and had room inside that box.
That's pretty good. Ship yourself in Hara's tire box.
Thanks,
yeah.
buddy.
No problem.
King working his way now up over the Twin Peaks. Been leading this one pretty much wire to wire so far. Trying to get a good feel for the track, what he's got coming. The final will be this afternoon, just a few short hours from now.
Exactly. A 1 hour final, and on this track, Charlie, it is going to be a true test of man and machine. Not to sound like a cliche or anything, but it's really going to be like that. It's going to be the driver that has not only luck, but the best mindset going in, and pit stops and everything, being able to put it all together.
I spoke with Adrian Bertrand during the week, and he said he'd rather be lucky than good anytime. So,
as a fact, as most racers will take the side of luck to be with them.
I would say it's pretty reasonable to conclude that if I was luckier, I'd have won every race I'd ever entered.
Yeah, but well, we know that didn't happen.
A little luck working the way for King right there. You see him case the biggest jump on the track, coming out unscathed and holds on to the lead.
And if you folks didn't know, that big jump that he just face planted in, it's all concrete.
This section right here, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of concrete.
So it's Hara-san right behind him now as they race. Hara taking a look to the inside there. Big throttle, big power down through the big Talladega corner. It's Cody King and Atsushi Hara going at it.
We switch over. This is back with McBride, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, McBride, as we said, from Australia.
In the Mugen.
I think he's 14 years old, right?
Yeah. 14 or 15.
I think that's under tight wraps. Is it his age?
He's got a 16-year-old mustache. I know that.
So he's doing very well here, looking good here in the semifinals for his run towards his first World Championship. Kyle McBride driving a Mugen.
Comes down the hill, rolls that single, goes double single, and you see the tricky part is downside in the double so that the car is unloaded as it rolls over that single. A lot of guys slapping the chassis through there and slowing the car down a bit, but A-scale racing is not always about fastest lap time. It's about consistency and keeping everything on the wheels, so to speak.
Exactly, and that's a perfect point. Perfect example is Adam Drake. He wasn't worried this week at all about fast lap, hot lap, nothing. Smooth and consistent, and his qualifiers were almost perfect every time. I think he had 3 or 4 every single round. And
4 4s, I think, is what he ended up with.
So it was smooth and steady. That was Adam's focus, and it's paid off as he's made it into the semis.
See, every corner on this track has something that can just reach out and grab you. As McBride comes through that downhill section on the bicycle, and just because there's a big mound of dirt right at the center of that section there.
There's a good shot there. There's young Kyle right there.
Looking relaxed.
Exactly. Just nice and easy. Just chilled in the sweltering heat here in Thailand.
See Hara there on his right. And Jeremy Court's over there on the left-hand or the right-hand side as well.
Jeremy Court's many time, a finalist at the World Championships, and I don't think people really had him on their radar, to even get this far. But so far, he's done well.
Courts is an animal.
Yes, he is.
I think when the pressure's on is when guys like that really shine. They've been doing this long enough that they know what needs to be done and going to put their heads down and drive.
Exactly right. So we follow Hara here, coming down the front straight. Fully punched, driving his hot bodies ride.
Car looking smooth, other than the big ruts in the track, just kind of cruising along right now.
So Hara, he wants to be the first to back that title. Hasn't been done before, and was obviously a huge surprise in Charlotte 2 years ago when he threw his brand new hot bodies D8 into the finals and was kind of a sleeper through the first
I don't think we mentioned Hara in all of the pre-race buildup, and then it was, I don't know, a third of the way to go. Here comes Hara.
And that's when we, kind of learned that there in Charlotte, pit strategy and fuel economy really paid off.
Yeah.
And they're definitely one less pit stop really has helped them. There in Charlotte, got him the World Title Plus. Obviously, he had to drive the wheels off it.
He's been working with Miura for 7 or 8 years, I think is what he told me. And he says it's a very calming situation. They don't even have to talk to each other sometimes. They just know what needs to be done. You're an excellent mechanic and just does everything without any questions. Just gets it handled, so to speak.
And he's so smooth and so relaxed when he comes in. Never like there's any pressure at all. And that's one key to the team that they have.
Yeah. That's a tough thing to do. I mean, when he shows up, everybody's looking. Everybody wants to know what Hara's doing and what's his latest trick. And at this race, comes with his own body.
Exactly, and there you go. A smooth pit stop. One man.
Very casual.
Doesn't need to tag team it at all. Just down and away. And that's Hara and Masayuki Miura.
And we pick up...
That looks like Cody King.
There it is.
There it is, Cody King. Cruising around the racetrack. Up and over that very difficult double. Up to the big jump. He's not face planting it this time.
Here he comes through the double single. You see the back end kick up a little bit there, a little rut forming at the base of the single, it looks like. Through the pitcher's mound, doing the half and half.
That's so tough. You can see him get up on 2 wheels there. You turn just a little too much and he'll roll it right over.
The off-camber World Championships.
A lot of it here, definitely.
Thailand.
Oh, again up on 2 wheels, another off-camber turn.
Yeah, exactly. Not a single section of the track is something that you can kind of just go through and take a breath. Even the straightaway is, you're going so fast through there that any little ripples or ruts that have built up can really throw the car for a loop. So these guys on their toes the whole time.
Exactly right. There is no place to really take a breath at all because there's always an obstacle, there's always a turn, there's always a steel fence right there ready to grab your tire and rip your front end off. So it's there is nothing. It is arguably the most difficult, challenging track in the history of 8-scale racing.
In some sections of the track, the fence has been beaten down by the car so badly that it's not even there anymore. That section after the Twin Peaks, the fence is buried in the grass. As we pick up Cavalieri now.
Cavalieri around, up and down, going to be rolling over this one, setting up the pin in here in the big triple. And like everything, Charlie, this week, if something happened to the fence or is damaged, we go to bed at night, we wake up, and bam, magically it's fixed again, or there's a new one.
I think they finally gave up on that one piece of fence at the end of the big jumps, though.
Yeah, it's gotten beat. So Cavalieri there, driving the Associate RC8. Struggled a bit in qualifying. I don't think he
They had a lot going on, from getting the power that they wanted with motor changes, the different clutches, all kinds of stuff happening in that pit.
Yeah, but they got it together, and Cavalieri rolling it around.
Cavalieri being Cavalieri.
And here we go. We got Cody King, Adrian there, Paul with the gun, down and away. Another good stop again. I think it's really good and positive to be there at the pit out.
Yep. Just put the car down and get back to racing.
Good driving there.
Yeah.
Cody King, a little
checker.
Exactly. Kissed the tire a little bit, and he's down and away. And that looks like picking up Hara again here into this section that earlier, or I guess later in the week, became a single double, as they couldn't double single it because it deteriorated so much, but they were able to patch it up a bit and get things a bit more drivable.
It's pretty amazing to see the change in the track from when we got here to what it turned into to what it became then later. An ultra smooth, ultra fast track. I believe we're down into the 43-second lap times through the first day of practice. Once qualifying started, you struggled to do 45s and 46s, and then we got back down into the 44s and 43s this morning in the practice session. So guys kind of saving it. The driving tactics, we know Hara likes to drive around at 85% most of the time.
Yep, exactly. And then he'll go maximum when he needs it.
Right.
Maximum Hara.
But you got to wonder, I mean, you got to try to drive 100% at least once in a while to know what the car's going to do.
Well, he's, one of the most experienced, guys. And he's experienced in obviously all form, as he is up on 2 wheels there. That's what he is. But 2000 touring car on-road world champion. And you know, when I had
he was the second ever touring car world champion.
That's correct. And the first was
David Spashak.
Very good. When it was, I guess, not an official class, but
yeah.
Exactly. So Hara was so proud in 2008 to get another discipline of racing as a world champion. It's he was extremely proud of that.
All of the work and, I don't know, the specialty skills that you have for any one given class to be able to win a world championship and to do it again in a whole nother class is unbelievable, I think.
Oh, there's no doubt, especially with a brand new car that really wasn't even on the radar. Yeah. As we pick up Ryan Maifield here with the Associated Media, J Concepts. We talked J Concept. Jason Ronan is here supporting the team in full detail. And,
unfortunately, wasn't able to race.
No, because his
UPS,
stuff.
not UPS. Shipping service.
Shipping service, yeah, because it wasn't them. But lost his stuff, or it's stuck in customs. There's Brent Telke, team manager for Team Associated, being a pit man, and he's down on the way for Maifield.
Maifield coming back up the hill. Here comes through the Talladega turn. You see the car resisting the lower line and sliding right up the track. To the concrete cross, down the hill. This is all downhill and off camber. Going single-single this time, playing it a little safer. Making that right-hander up over the Twin Peaks. Nailing the downside, rolling the single. Here he comes. Single-double now. Starting to switch that up. I think the base of the third jump is not suitable for landing anymore, so the guys are just going to bypass that.
You look at the dark groove, and Charlie, you mentioned oil.
Five colors. Five colors of track surface here in Thailand.
Yeah. The oil that they put down when we were here early in the year for the pre-worlds, it was very, very black, even darker than it is now. Then when they were here in October for the practice session that all the teams showed up, they didn't have any oil on the track, and tire wear was massive. When we were here early in the year for the pre-worlds, their tire wear was great because that oil really made for good traction and not aggressive tire wear. They're here in October, total tire wear. They were struggling to get through 10-minute qualifiers. And then things changed up as they did throw some oil down here after the practice session, and it made tire wear not such an issue and made things a bit easier for the teams. But they definitely prepared. As you said, Tar had this massive box of tires, so they had everything that in their arsenal to choose from.
Proline had to rent a whole container so that they could fit all of the tires that they brought to this event. We work around our track with our current leader, Atsushi Hara, in the Hot Bodies car.
It is Hara. Right there through the triple doubles he goes. In a pink and black and white. Matching radio mask, everything. It's he's got the full package. And he comes in. Here comes Hara in again. Oh, no, that's not. Oh, there's Hara. Missed him. Again. As smooth as a pit stop there was like a millisecond of a bobble there by Hara's pit man. But, yeah, you and I would still be fumbling with the car probably.
He's very consistent.
Yes, he is.
They make sure that they hit their marks.
Looks like that's Cody King
Cody
again.
King.
That's it, Cody King. Definitely looking poised here. And
he's dedicated to the double single line. He's not giving that up.
Not giving it up. I talked to him, I think it was early this morning or late yesterday, and just talking to him, and his mindset was really good. You know, he had anniversary in that early round of qualifying, and just kind of, hey, we knew stuff was going to happen. We knew problems were going to happen, and we just move on from it. And
I think in general, the feel in the pitch that you get when you talk to these guys is everybody's kind of ready. They've worked for this for a very long time. A-Scale has become the pinnacle of RC racing, and it's something that everybody pulls all the stops out for and try to not get inside their heads too much. They just let the racing unfold and kind of roll the dice and see what happens, I think.
That's very, very true. And these guys have practice, and the guys like Maifield, Cavalieri, stuff like that do both disciplines of electric and nitro. Man, they packed their electric stuff up, a while ago, and it's only been nitro as they are so focused. Everybody, this is the ultimate, obviously, race in our world of racing, and they're definitely
coming in the pits?
Yeah. Oh, man. Woo. Coming in awfully hot.
So fast, they couldn't even hold on to it.
Nope. Adrian, he's the man right there, motor man there for Team Orion. And Cody King way up on the bank. But he's got the Kyosho pretty dialed in. Looking good here in the semi.
Down the hill he goes, around that 180 as we pick up, looks to be, I think, Maifield.
I'm thinking, yeah. It's a little hard from here, but yeah, pink, white. Whoa! Right through the 5-hole there of the Marshall. Holy cow.
That would have been devastation.
Oh, yeah, for the Marshall.
And we're going to take a real quick look at that as he slips right between the legs of that Marshall on our replay here. That's as close as it gets.
That was awesome.
We pick back up our action as Maifield now working his way up the hill. This is our half-and-half section around the 180. In the shadow of the big tree now, coming through the 5 jump, going triple-double.
There's it right there. Whoa! The Marshall, yeah, jumps late. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That was
close.
Awesome. Yeah, that was way close.
Up the hill he goes one more time through the Talladega turn, coming down the hill, and you see him slide to the outside of the off-camber there. If you miss the turn, you go a little quicker than you should, you'll be several tenths of a second slower just through that one section. It's
really, really tough, and the organizers, when they designed this track, they came up with every angle, and there's a good single-double there by Maifield, every angle, and just tons of off-camber, and made it quite challenging and difficult.
Going triple-double one more time and rolling it over nice and slow.
Yeah, rubber side back to the concrete/dirt.
Even crashes gently.
Yeah, exactly. And Maifield coming in. And Telke right there.
Silky's arms longer than my legs.
Yeah, the long arm. In one of the qualifiers, he missed.
Yeah, they missed the lane.
And his arm was long enough to reach across the pit lane and save it, so no problem.
We pick up our Hara now coming up the hill.
Whew, that was close, coming right past the pit exit.
Getting dicey. These guys starting to get time winding down a little bit here. They're trying to shuffle and bang and fight for that 5 spot right now. As I think that's McBride in the back of your screen right there. Lee Martin that he's fighting with.
As you said, trying to get them top 5 spots. So the top 5 drivers of the semis automatically transferring. And then we look at the time of the next 2 fastest, whether it be from the Semi-A or Semi-B. Look at the guys who were in 6th and 7th, and the 2 drivers who had the fastest time in either A or B will be transferred by time to the finals. So, but you don't want to have to worry about time. You just want to be in the top 5.
Yeah, I would much rather win my semi, not have to worry about it.
Exactly. I remember there in Charlotte a couple years ago, they came down, they were just looking at the clock, looking at the scoring, and, it was very, very close. You don't want to be sitting there for 30 minutes waiting to see what 6th place has if you were 7th in the first semi.
Putting the voodoo jinx on your competitors as well.
Exactly. That would never happen. Racers would never do that. Not at all.
And we pick up Maifield again.
Yeah, another lap here, sliding it around. Just fully punched for 5, still on it, still on the throttle, never lifting. It is just a long, long straightaway into the big, big corner. Oof, turning in just a bit early.
I wonder if he ever drives slow laps.
Never.
No?
Maifield, no. He's punched.
All the way?
Always. As we saw coming into pit lane.
Working his way up over the Twin Peaks now. Just nailing that downside. They want to get the downside to get the suspension set up so they can roll that single correctly.
Exactly.
And that'll build them up into that single-double or double-single depending on your flavor of the week.
Because if you go too far over the Twin Peaks there is a roller as you enter before that really can offset your car. So you need to get the suspension set before you hit that roller and hit that right-hand turn.
Downsiding things is very important in off-road racing.
That is a fact, and it saves a bit more on the chassis too, because these guys are definitely wearing out chassis plates. Here's Ryan Maifield in the final transfer spot. Maifield, as we said, one of the favorites going in here, and looking pretty poised right now to be able to make the finals.
You may see some safe lines coming out of Maifield now as time's winding down, and he knows that all he's got to do is hold on to this spot. You see nobody kind of in the back of the shot there. I do not believe that car behind him is for position. I could be mistaken, though. Through the burial mound, over the single, going triple-double. Perfect downside to the high side, kind of running that race line. Inside, outside, through the carousel, across timing and scoring. Down the straightaway one more time for Mr. Maifield.
A long, long throttle punch again, way high up into the corner. Slides it around. Definitely slides it around the concrete. Smooth and steady through there. Another good lap there for Maifield.
Single again. Some of the guys doing that section as a double as you getting bunched up right now. This looks to be...
I think that's McBride. And maybe
definitely McBride in there.
Is that Quartz, I think?
Ah, there you go.
I think it's Jeremy Quartz in that custom paint job. Stayed up all night working on that paint job.
White?
Yeah, exactly.
With white flames?
Yeah. And both a bit sideways there as they went to the double. Oh, getting hung up.
Contact.
Oh, man. And Truhe just chilling out. Oh, McBride rolls it over.
You try to go to the outside of a crash, you'll end up in the marbles and have no traction and probably end up losing ground.
So we got a battle here between McBride, Quartz, and Truhe. So the final locked-in spot, and then the other guys are going to be sitting on time. And like we just said, that is not something you want to do.
The waiting game at the World Championships is no fun at all.
Especially when it's like so hot. Oh, we got a flame out there. I didn't get who that was.
Cavalieri with the flame out in the closing laps here. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it is. It's the Spaniard there having some trouble.
He comes from Spain.
We follow Quartz here in all white. Nice and conservative through there. Now we're back with Hara. Punched. No problem.
I've never raced a lot of A-scale. A little bit of electric A-scale here and there, but nothing with tracks like this. I can't imagine what goes through these guys' minds.
So these guys bringing it home here. Hara safely in. A thumbs up from Masayuki Miura getting a temp. So everybody coming in.
See him
There's
bringing
the
it in.
Thumbs up from the McBride.
Yeah.
There's Kyle McBride, Cody King. They're all Jeremy Quartz. They're all like, whew, we made it. Yeah, we made it to the finals.
And Battier was actually, we saw him flame out there, but he was actually done already. So safely into the final.
So there we go. The semi is in the books. So we know where our top 5 are going to be. So we're going to get things set here for our next final and see who the other 5 are. And then we look at time.